Hi guys, my name is Denis, and as some of you already know, I'm a real estate agent in Dubai. In this video I want to compare with you the investment in the off-plan property and ready property. But before I'll start, I want to say thank you for all of you who sends me questions and the feedback. It really helps me to guide the channel in the right direction. So let's move to my laptop and I'll show you some information. Okay guys, so here is the slide that we're going to use to compare both of the properties, the ready property and off-plan property. So let's start with the payment. For the ready property you will have to pay 100% of the payment up front for the unit, okay? Then for the off-plan, it's based on the payment plan. In this case, for this example, I took the payment plan where you have to pay 40% during construction and 60% on completion. There are some payment plans that are better than this, but I took this as it's quite good for the investment purpose and you will see it later on. Let's speak about additional fees. For the ready property, you have to pay 4% registration fee, they as well called transfer fee, and 2% commission. On top of that, there are fees for the trustee, some fees for the new title deed fee, but I will not mention it here because I cannot make this video very long. Let's just use the basics. And for the off-plan property, you will have to pay only 4% registration fee. And even sometimes the developer will take care of this 4%. Maybe they'll give you 50% discount on it. Okay, now let's move to the profit. So the ready property, you get a profit out of the rent. And for this example, I took 7% net return. It's a quite high return. And for example, in Dubai Marina, that you can see right now on your screen, it's quite difficult to get a 7% return net to your pocket. But let's take 7% for this example. So you bought a property, you rent it out, and you get 7%. For the off-plan property, to get a profit, you need to sell it. So here we'll talk about the premium. So the premium is the difference in the percentage between the selling price that the new buyer is ready to pay and the price then the developer sold to the investor. Okay, so let's say that investor bought the unit for 1 million. So the original price is 1 million. And the new buyer is ready to pay 1.2 million for the property. So we have a difference of 200,000. And 200,000 here equals 20% premium. So this is how it works here. I hope you understood the concept of premium. Let's move on. So let's check what will be the return of investment in 4 years. Why it took 4 years is because it usually takes 4 years to finish the off-plan project. So for the ready property it's quite easy. We have to take 7 and multiply it by 4. Here you'll get 28%. 28% is quite good return, and it's actually very good on the international scale. And don't forget that you don't have to pay any taxes on this, so it looks very attractive. But let me show you how you can make it even better. Let's take a look what will happen if you buy this property with the help of the bank through the finance. Okay, so the payment structure will be a little bit different. In case if you're proceeding with the mortgage, the bank will pay 75% for the property. So it means that you will have to pay only 25% down, 4% transfer fee and 2% commission. Total will be 31%. We'll come back to this amount a little bit later. We need to consider the interest of the bank and we need to deduct it from our profit. So we still have our rent for 7% and we need to deduct 4% that belongs to the bank. As usually this amount is even less than this. But let's take 4% for this example. So 7 minus 4 is 3% that you are receiving as a profit, okay? And let's calculate the ROI. So we're getting 3%, but initially we didn't pay 100, we paid 31. So we need to get how much is ROI on our payment here. So we take 3% divided by 31. So we take 3% divided by 31 and multiply it by 100. It's 9.67% ROI over here. Quite good. Much better than 7. Okay? So after 4 years, with the 7% return, our initial return over here, we will get 38. It's already much better than just proceeding with the cash. The difference is here. Okay, so let's say that you took a unit on a finance and you decided to rent it on a short term, which not everybody can do because it consumes a lot of time to manage the property. But let's say you did it and you're renting it on a monthly basis, mainly on a daily basis through Airbnb. and you manage somehow to get 8% return. And with 8% return, you will get 51% return in the 4 years. But once again, you need to remember that you need to get 8% net to have this amount. And it's very, very difficult. Okay, so this is what we have over here with the cash transaction and with the finance transaction. Okay, these numbers, like 4%, it's still something that we can work on, and maybe I will make a separate video about the mortgage, so we can get an idea from where I got this 4%. Okay, and it's not very accurate, it's just for you to get an idea how it works. Okay, let's move to the off-plan property. So as I said, here you need to sell the unit to get your profit. In case if you want to keep it, you still can keep it and rent it out. You will get a much higher return than this. But let's stick to the premium. Okay, so let's say somebody is ready to pay 20% premium, which is a very, very low premium for something that is about to be handed over. I have sold units for 80% premium. Okay, and there are right now examples on the market of 60, 50% premium and even more. So I'll start with 20% premium, which is a very, very low premium for the good property. And by the way, you can get this 20% premium even after 2 years, not for 3 years. Okay, so in case if you have 20% premium, but you paid only 40% here and 4% registration, 44, your ROI will be 45. Okay, so here on the first step, we're already receiving quite attractive return. Okay, let's check what will happen next. Let's say that the premium is 30%. This is how it changed. Now we're getting 68% return on your investment. With 40%, 90. With 60, 136. And it goes further and further. So as you can see, the investment in the off-plan property performs much better than investment in the ready property. But still, you might ask why so many people are trying to buy a ready property than the off-plan. Well, first of all, it's that they don't know about this, okay, the return that they might get. But you already know about it, so you don't have this excuse. The second thing is that whenever somebody buys a property, he thinks about the rent, that he will get his profit out of the rent. And it's absolutely fine, but as you can see, the desire to get an immediate return doesn't really perform well on the long term, as we can see over here. And even, I want to mention that you can get a 20% premium even after 1 year or 2 years, so the return will be here 100% plus. But there is as well something that you need to consider for the off-plan property. I'll turn on the camera. There is one very important thing that you need to know. Not each off-plan project is good for the investment, same as not each ready property is good for the investment. But when you have a ready property, you can calculate estimated rent that you can get tomorrow, because you can open internet and check what is the current rate for the rent and for sale. So you can see approximately what you will get. But in case for the off-plan property, it's really takes a lot of time to study the project, to check the payment plan, to know the developer very well, to know the area very well. But still, you cannot really predict what kind of premium you will get. There are some indicators that tells us that this project will be good and this project will be bad, and etc, etc, etc. So you need to pay attention to these things before you're buying something in the ready property or off-plan property. And on this I will finish the video. I hope you got some new information, some useful information for you. Please share it with your friends and let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to help you. Thank you for watching this video. Make a safe investment. Don't buy anything that you cannot afford, and we'll stay in touch. All the best. Goodbye.